Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Gabb Bree here to talk NFL, baseball, NFL, baseball, NBA, everything. Like, there's just so many things that are actually going on right now, and it seems like there shouldn't be. But there is.
There's a lot. And if you guys want to flip on the World Baseball Classic, we will be kind of live reacting to that as that's going on, starting off right now. So perfect timing with our show today. Thank you to the WBC schedulers for
Looking out
making
for
that
us.
happen for us. But yeah, man, March Madness has been nuts, both men's and women's. Free agency hasn't died down as much as you would think it would with going into the second week. We're still waiting on the Aaron Rodgers move to be made.
Yeah, even though he already made his mind.
Okay, let's start there. I feel like that's a good spot to start. Aaron Rodgers last week on the Pat McAfee show said a lot of things.
Yeah, and he also said he wasn't going to tell us what his decision was going to be. And
so
then 5
annoying.
minutes later, he said, yeah, I'm going to the Jets. Well, buddy, listen up. It's been almost a week and you're still not there. So I'm kind of concerned.
He said a lot of things, and I wasn't surprised because this is the type of guy that he is, but I was surprised by the amount of shade he was throwing at the Packers organization. Like it seemed
I'm
like
not surprised.
No. I'm not surprised that he did it at all. I'm just surprised. It seemed like a lot. It seemed like with every nice thing he had to say about them, there was like a backhanded thing to go along with it. And I mean, it's just the type of person that he is. So like, there's really nothing else to say about it, but like, dude, you want them to do you a favor by trading you, and this is how you're going to talk about them. Like at this point, I've seen this argument back and forth, and I can see both sides of it, but it truly does feel like the Packers in this situation kind of have the upper hand in terms of, okay, well, we can just kind of wait this out if you want to be a dickhead about it. And I know the reason why is because of figuring out the trade package and what they're going to get in return and all of that. Like I get that part, but like,
did you hear why it's taking so long? Because
they can't figure out picks, right?
No, he wants more money. He said
he wants more money.
Well, he said I'm going to need a little. Well, that's what I'm saying. He said I could be paid a little more, and I'm like, dude, just what's that mean?
Didn't he just get like a shit ton?
He does. He does have a lot of money. Yeah.
He drives me nuts. He really does.
Yeah. So I don't know when he's going to go there. If he's going to go there, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to go there.
It's got to be soon, though. Like this can't drag on because both teams are going to need to know what they have to work with in the draft.
Oh, for sure. But him, he thinks it's hilarious and he thinks it's funny when in reality he's just gonna maybe hurt the situation that he's going to.
He's just gross. He just like makes my skin crawl. And the way that he was talking about his little darkness retreat too, like.
Well, he said he was 90% sure he was going to retire. Okay, I guarantee you weren't. You probably 9%.
He was 90% sure he was going to retire until Tom Brady said that
he saw the Tom Brady news, and then he said maybe I'm going to change my mind. Wonder when they walked in and said, "Yeah, Tom's done," and then he said, "Okay, well, let me think a little bit more."
Right, like he's so full of it. If he thinks anybody believes that, like he's so past delusional. I don't even know what the word for it is because we've talked about it before. Everybody, I think, who has an ounce of knowledge on the situation knows that his ego is way too big to go into the Hall of Fame with Brady. Like the second Tom Brady retired, that thought went out the window for him. So if he wants to sit there and say it took the darkness for him to realize that, like the darkness was Tom Brady. Like, shut up.
Aaron Rodgers, man. Yeah, I don't know. He's just delaying it for himself, but that's fine. It's just usually how it goes. But if you want to talk about something fun, I don't know why they had to do it the day after, but you have a new wide receiver.
We do.
And you have TikTok boy on your football team.
We got TikTok boy, and then they signed Mike Gesicki too. So they're just going to film TikToks of them gritty
in the end zone. Yeah, that'll be really good. See, everyone is making fun of Juju and saying all these things about, oh, he's going to make TikToks, blah, blah. I can't wait till Bill Belichick has seen his TikToks. do people not realize that he really doesn't make TikToks anymore?
Not only that, but there was a couple people that had replied this to me, and it's just like, it's a head scratcher because just use an ounce of common sense here. A couple people said to me, how are him and Bill going to get along? Like, how is Bill going to, deal with this guy? And I'm sitting there thinking, Bill's the one that fucking signed him. Bill's the one that got in contact with him and his representatives. If Bill didn't think he was A, gonna like the guy to the point where he was gonna be able to coach him, or B, think that this was gonna be beneficial, he wouldn't have signed him.
It's not like he's a problematic guy. He just posts videos of him dancing on the internet. Does that piss people off sometimes? Sure,
it's
whatever,
corny.
but it's not harmful. There's way worse people that you could have on your team. So
right. And in the grand scheme of things, I saw a lot of this too, and it's just like people just firing off their first thought to things without, taking a step back and waiting for all the information to come out and things. And I've done that before too. I'm guilty of it. We all are as sports fans when, deals are being made and whatnot. But the initial reaction when the numbers came out, the first report of what Juju's contract was going to be was identical to what Jacoby got with the Raiders. And people are like, oh, come on, Juju's worse than Jacoby. You couldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Which, first of all, when you really think about it, Juju is marginally better than Jacoby. And I say this as somebody who loves Jacoby Myers and is a little bit bummed that he is not going to be on the Pats anymore. But I think this is a little bit of an upgrade. And then the real numbers came out. The numbers that were first reported, the 3 years, $33 million, the $33 million number is what the max contract can be,
right? Like
with incentives and things like that. It's a steal. People kind of need to take a step back, and a lot of these things haven't been flashy, the moves that the Pats have made, but Bill is low-key killing it right now. He's keeping depth. He's keeping players that have been on this team who have proven that they are good players, plus adding to what is probably the area of, the worst area on the team last year, which was special teams. They've retained 2 of their top special teamers. And people are sitting there saying, oh, going to win the Super Bowl now because we just re-signed a special teamer. Do you not understand the value of having people like that on your team? Do you want to go through another year of teams just running back touchdowns left and right? And I don't understand. But this deal for Juju, it's really not expensive at all. You get a good player with good upside. The deal for Gesicki, you're paying him $5 for the entire season. Same thing with James Robinson. It's I just don't understand how you can sit here and say Belichick has lost his fastball because maybe he's not signing the flashy names and stuff, but he's getting really good fucking value for a lot less money than you would have to pay for somebody like Zeke or any, it's just, that's my Patriots rant for the week because everybody's just driving me nuts. I
like it. I do like the Juju signing, and I just like it for a different reason because, speaking of wide receivers for the Patriots, it was going to be hard to get someone flashy there to begin with. Juju, right. He already has a ring. He's done enough. He's a good player, and he's going somewhere where he can be a number 1 guy. He's already done what he needed to do. Go somewhere else, get some stats up, get some money, and I don't think he really cares all that much, Not saying that he's not there to win, because everybody always wants to win, but I don't think his goal is to go somewhere where you're going to be guaranteed a Super Bowl like all these other people because he's already been there.
And the thing with that, I think what you just said was 1,000% correct, but there is still the opportunity for the Patriots to maybe trade for DeAndre Hopkins, so where Juju doesn't need to be the number 1 wide receiver, because we've seen throughout his career, he thrives when he's actually the number 2. Look at his time with the Steelers when he had AB on the other side to take off the focus, and he was the number 2. He put up numbers, and we all thought, oh, this guy's going to be the next big thing. And then when AB did AB things and Juju was the real number 1 in Pittsburgh, it kind of dropped off a little bit, but it was still, good. It's possible that there's a similar situation like this in New England, and there's been a lot of rumblings lately that, the thing with DeAndre Hopkins is going to be done, and they're just trying to figure out compensation and stuff like that. So like, I take all of that with a grain of salt. I see, who's reporting it and stuff, and it's all like fan reporters and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool. How factual is it? So like, I'm not going to go celebrate it before it happens, but I do believe that there is a strong possibility that it does happen. More so than Judy. But I also want to give a shout out to the Dallas Cowboys and their deal that they just made for Brandon Cooks, because that kind of, I think, showed the Cardinals and the Broncos what the trade market is going to look like for the 2 receivers that they're potentially shopping.
Yeah, but I think the other 2 are going to be worth a little bit more.
Oh, no, I agree. I don't think that
Brandon
they're going to
Cooks
get...
is just, you don't know how long he's going to be out there, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy, but he's concussed every other week.
I know. But I don't think that by any means tells the Cardinals like, hey, Cowboys only had to give up a 5 and a 6 for Cooks. That's all you're going to have to, what you're going to settle for too. It's definitely not going to be that. But especially the Broncos, if they're thinking first round pick, I think
they're going to get a first rounder.
That's insane to me. That's insane.
I think someone will bite on it.
Jerry Jeudy is absolutely not worth a first round pick.
They're going to get a good package though.
I could see a second and a player or a second and a fourth. First round pick is crazy for a guy that has been injured, doesn't have a season with 1,000 yards, only has 9 touchdowns to his name in 3 years. Like, that's not first round pick caliber to me, at least. I wouldn't. If I was a GM, I would kind of laugh at that and say, all right, let's go back to the drawing board on this one, because that's crazy.
I've seen a lot of Browns tweets today because, Browns fans are absolutely crazy when it comes to anything. As soon as they hear a rumor of any kind of player, you're going to hear about it for a week.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy rumors all throughout Cleveland media. And they're saying pick 42 in either Greg Newsome or Wyatt Teller.
See, even that seems kind of a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, right? That's what I'm saying. But I feel like someone will do it.
The pick 42 is not terrible, but giving up a player like that, like giving up a starter just seems, I don't know. I completely agree with you. Somebody is going to be dumb enough to do it. And it's just going to be one of those things where, like, yeah, congrats for you guys. I'm really glad that my team didn't do it. But we'll see. And then there's the other free agent wide receiver out there. What the hell's going on with Odell? Where's he going to end up? I saw Ocho Cinco.
Who offered him the $4 million, though?
It had to be Dallas.
I'm thinking Dallas, too. And everyone's like, no, they would never. I'm like, yeah, it was probably Dallas.
It had to be Dallas, and they got shot down. And that's when they pivoted to Brandon Cooks. And that's why
that's
they
what
made
I'm saying.
Trade. Had to.
The timing was too good for it to not be.
Everybody is saying it's the Pats and stuff, and like, because, notorious for, not paying and lowballing and contracts and stuff. And I get that. I just don't know if the Pats look at Odell as option number 1.
Or do you think Odell even is like looking there to begin with?
I don't think it's at the top of his list.
Yeah, it's on the list, but I just don't think it's near the top. I feel like he wants to go somewhere where he can at least be a contender. I mean, he has a Super Bowl ring, whatever, but he always just wants to win.
And he said he wants a veteran quarterback, which
that's not it.
Takes the Pats out of the running
for
that because
that one.
Yeah. So, which brings up Ocho Cinco's tweet of Odell in the Jets uniform. I just don't know if the Jets are going to be able to do that if this trade goes through. Their cap is crap and you can manipulate it however you want and stuff. I don't know if taking on Rodgers' salary and on top of the signings that they've made and the signings that they made last year, that the real money has started to kick in the second year, I don't know if they're going to be able to take on Odell too. And
I don't think
Odell want to go back to New York?
Probably. He probably wants to go to New York.
Like, did he like the Giants thing? I know.
I mean, I think he just likes New York,
But
just
the New York
like
media, Like, did he get along?
Do you think? I don't think he cares about the media at this point. Like, Odell is just big enough. No matter where he goes, there's media.
Yeah.
So I don't think where he is matters because everyone talks about it anyways.
I don't know. I mean,
his dad talks enough for him as it is, so he doesn't need the media.
Oh my God. Okay. I didn't even think of that part. Now I kind of hope this Jets thing happens so it can be Odell's dad and Rodgers going back and forth. That'd be great.
Rodgers' dad, so.
Well,
yeah.
You'd probably side with Odell's dad at this point.
Yeah, I definitely would. Yeah, I don't know. And then having all three of those guys, like Allen Lazard's not the number one. And I mean, Garrett Wilson is really good. And then you have Odell out there and Aaron Rodgers. I think there would be some drama.
Yeah.
I just don't think people would be happy.
I agree. I think even without Odell, there's going to be drama.
Yeah, there's always drama where that man goes. I don't know. Weird. The quarterback situation everywhere is a disaster.
Yeah.
It's truly a disaster. There's maybe like 5 teams that are like, okay, this is fine. They're going to be okay.
Shout out to the Tampa Bay Bucks, though.
Man, if that man doesn't shut his mouth, I don't know if you guys saw, but Baker Mayfield signed with the Bucks and he had a presser, and in his presser, he goes on to say, which I respect the first part, I won't be Tom Brady. Dude, you don't even have to say that one. We already know.
We know.
You don't have to say it. We already got it. No one's going to be him. Okay? He said, I will be myself. That's gotten me to this point. I said, yeah, yourself definitely has gotten you to that point. Oh, man. And then he goes, people don't like my personality, but that's just me, and I'm going to keep being me. At some point, you just need to just shut up. Just shut up and show up and just say, I can't wait to work with everybody here. I'm excited to be here. I've been working hard. Maybe you should try that one. But instead, you already started off bad.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's just one of those people that, and again, we've talked about this multiple times. He's just never going to let go of that chip on his shoulder. And
there's like a million chips.
It's a whole fucking party-sized bag of Tostitos chips on his shoulder. And it's insane. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand advocating for yourself and being a competitor and things like that, but like there comes a time where we have to call a spade a spade. You're not that good. And, you know, college was great for you, and that's awesome. I'm glad it happened, but as we move along in the NFL career, it's just like there comes a time where we need to give up on that part of it and just accept, you know, where we are at now. And
I don't think he will.
No, he never will.
It's just one time, man. Just don't. One time, just don't do it. He couldn't do it in Carolina.
Like impossible.
LA was fine because that was just the middle of the season. He didn't have enough time to cause some issues, you know. But man, you do not have to tell us you're going to be yourself because we already know that. He's never going to learn. He's never going to learn. He's never going to get over it. And that's just going to be the rest of his career. And eventually he's going to go on to be in a like Oklahoma QB 30 for 30. And it's going to have him and Kyler being ridiculous. God. And then there's Jalen Hurts.
The unproblematic child.
Wonderful man he is. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. Could it work? Sure, no. It could work. It could work. Look at their division. It could work.
Yeah. Adam Thielen just ended up in that division. Did you see what he had to say? Speaking of Adam Thielen, oh my God.
No, I did not see what Adam Thielen had to say. What did he have to say?
So this goes back to your point that you have made, and you're 1,000% right. Sometimes you have to lie. Sometimes you
Did he not lie, or did he lie too much?
Oh, he lied. He lied.
Oh, no. Okay.
Sometimes you just have to just reel it in a bit. He went on Pat McAfee's show and talked about, you know, signing with Carolina and stuff, and he said that he thinks this is a team that can win a Super Bowl.
With what quarterback? Maybe wait till you get one.
And even when you get one, like, be serious. Be so serious. They very much have a chance to compete in that division, but that's because that division's going to stink. Maybe they end up being a wild card team just because, like, by default, like we said last week about the Saints maybe winning the division, like it's going to be ugly down there. But let's pump the freaking brakes when it comes to the Super Bowl and the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, at least he's excited. Okay.
I can appreciate that. You know, he's going to a new team for the first time in his career,
but we didn't have to go that far.
Let's just, you know, be a little bit realistic. If he said that he thinks that this team could be, you know, a playoff team, be really competitive and stuff, sure, I don't mind that whatsoever. I don't think that's 100% false or 100% true. I think it's a nice, you know, setting a little bit lofty expectations, but they're not totally out of the realm of possibility.
Right. Do they like before they go on to say these things, do you think the media team like preps them? Because I just feel like that's not happening. And I feel like some guys just can't be prepped. Like Tyreek Hill going out to say Tua is the best quarterback. You can't tell him what to say because he's still going to say whatever he wants.
I think with something like Pat's show, no.
Yeah, it's a little exaggerated.
Because, yeah, and especially like former player talking to, you know, current players and stuff, like
they just like hype him up to say some crazy shit.
Yeah. Something like that. But like if he went on Good Morning Football and said something like this, then I would be like, all right, PR team, media team, like what are we doing?
Get it together. Yeah.
Like just
speaking of Tyreek Hill, you want to I have some funny stuff to say about him. He's going to be the next Nick Cannon.
Oh, God.
I think he has his 7th child on the way right now. Yeah.
It's news to me.
Right. I've been on TikTok too long. His 7th child is on the way. 4th different mother, I think.
Cool.
But good for him, you know. He has millions of dollars. He can afford it. Do whatever you want as long as it makes you happy and you're not hurting other people.
Emphasis on that last part.
Hurting other people. Yeah. So, he's about to be the next Nick Cannon.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Nick Cannon, I did something similar and went on a deep dive on TikTok.
I was about to say, what did you do similar to him? Oh, no.
Something similar with just like doing a little bit of research. I knew his latest baby mother was somebody. It took me a while to realize that she is former Mrs. Johnny Manziel.
Oh, yeah. They were which is
when I put 2 and 2 together, I was like, what the fuck?
Do you think that was just to like make him jealous or something? Because like why are we doing this to ourselves?
I mean,
did you see the Nick Cannon dating show?
No.
That he wants to have a show where he can select the next woman he is having a child with.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like some crazy shit.
He needs to have a show where he learns about abstinence.
Oh, man. These men, let me tell you what. They are out of control. They are very feral.
Oh, men. What are we going to do with them? Can't live with them, can't live without them, you know?
Maybe without.
We could try.
Yeah.
We could try. All right, what else? Speaking of men, man, there was a move that was made yesterday. Doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with my spirit, with my emotions, nothing. And that would be the result of the Buffalo Bills letting Devin Singletary go out, test free agency, and end up signing with the Houston Texans, which later led to Damian Harris signing.
They didn't want Singletary back anyways.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. And this is the right move for all parties, all 3 parties involved. But Damian Harris signing with the Buffalo Bills, granted it's just for a year.
And then tweeting, let's go Buffalo. Oof. He has to, though.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but like there was nothing after that. Like Juju said, "Oh, I'm so excited to be with the Patriots and stuff," and then he said a thank you to KC. And
Maybe he's not ready yet.
Maybe it's going to be, a little bit of a bigger thing because this is where he was drafted and got his start and stuff. But the Bills, man,
that's a funny one.
I get it. It's good. It's the right move for him. Especially, in terms of just going to a competitive team that has the chance to win more. I'm not going to necessarily say a Super Bowl because we are talking about the Buffalo Bills here. But win more than the Patriots. And I believe the Patriots didn't have, the expectations of him re-signing anyway. And that's obviously why they went out and got James Robinson.
Do you think he feels like underappreciated being there? But I feel like he also didn't help himself in the best way. Not saying he was bad, but I mean, it could have been better,
I think it's a mixture of both. I definitely think, especially this year, and this is, again, when I say these things, this is just my opinion. I don't have any, inside whatever. But I think the fact that Ramondre took over the number one role kind of rubbed him the wrong way a little bit. Plus, it doesn't help that he's injury prone, kind of has a case of the dropsies every now and then. In the worst times, it feels like it was just something that I think we all knew was going to happen. We just kind of wished it was
didn't know it was going to be
any other team but Buffalo.
A little up the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Same division. It's fine. But that's the thing about the AFC East too, which is so fucking annoying. Everybody just goes and plays for each other.
Yeah. I saw the first reply. I saw it says AFC East try not to be incestual. And I was like, okay, guys.
Like, if you leave the Patriots and you go to Miami, you leave Miami and you go up to New York. You go to New York and you either end up back with the Patriots or you go up to Buffalo. And it's just like musical chairs. It's so annoying. Braxton Berrios, I mean, he's on his third AFC East team 5 years into his career or whatever it is.
Speaking of him, I saw something on TikTok about him.
Oh, I've heard some things
about
him.
He might have a girlfriend.
I thought he was dating Sophia Culpo.
Well, he might have a new girlfriend because they broke up.
Interesting.
New girlfriend is a big TikTok girlfriend.
Oh God!
Come on, I just need you to guess it.
It's not Alix.
Yeah, that's what the.
Shut up!
I don't know if it is or not. That's what the internet's been telling me.
Oh, she's too good for him.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like that's her type. Yeah, I think that's her type.
Tyler Wade, Braxton Berrios, they're kind of cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
I did see some rumors about her and Devin Booker.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like that's just not her type.
I'm glad that that's
she was
not
in
true.
Nashville with Taylor Holder.
Devin Booker just like...
Look at the three. All the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Braxton's cute.
Sure. Same guy across the board.
Yeah. Just different hair color. Literally, same guy, just a blonde brunette version. All right. Whatever. She can do better.
I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I was seeing on TikTok.
Well, if it's true, she can do better.
I agree.
It helps that, she's got roots in New York and he's, if he still has property up there and now he's going to be in Miami.
And she's in Miami.
Man, she lives the life. She's so good.
She freaking does. And I don't know how she stays out and does the things she does and wakes up the next day and keeps going.
Me either.
I don't think she sleeps.
There's no way. No. I saw a comment on one of her videos, though. It was the one that she posted in the library. And somebody was like, oh, it's going to be so funny when she graduates college and doesn't use her degree. Like, she's a marketing major. She's already using her degree and she's making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And also, she hasn't even graduated yet.
Does anyone really use their degree unless it's like a specialty one? No.
Unless you're like a doctor or a lawyer or something, I feel like probably not.
Yeah.
No, she's goals. She's doing it right. And it's in Miami. She's in Miami too. Like, of all the places that you could be.
She can do anything she wants any night of the week.
Yeah. She's got paparazzi now going out and following.
Yeah, she does.
Like, oh, my girl. Good for her. Good for her. I am not a big fan of like the TikTok girly culture, but like I am an Alix Earle stan. I can admit to it.
Yeah, she's entertaining. She just doesn't really care. She'll just do
She's
whatever.
fucking hysterical.
Yeah. How much money do you think she makes a month off of her Amazon link?
Oh my God. She makes like $50,000 just doing like a promoted TikTok or something.
Yeah. Isn't that so insane?
It's
that stuff is crazy.
It's so nuts. Like, and all she does, well, how she started was she just sat there, did her makeup, and talked about
everything
life
she
as
does.
a student at Miami and going out and living life in Miami. That's insane. The influencer world is just so wild. The way that
and the way people make money, the amount of money they make for the things that they do. God.
Oh man.
Why did we pick sports?
I know.
That's so stupid.
I know. Should have gone into just lifestyle makeup stuff. We could have gone to Dubai with all of those girls.
Yeah, it could have been. We went to Wyoming with them. We could have done it all.
Oh man, the Fenty. I mean, we still could have gone to the Super Bowl just with Fenty. Rihanna brought all the girlies out there.
That would have been way cooler.
Man, yeah, we fucked up. Maybe in our next life.
Yeah, maybe I'll try again.
We come back and we do that. All right. What else? What else have we got in the NFL world?
I do have an NFL topic that I want to bring up.
Sure.
It's about the Eagles.
Okay.
They're kind of annoying me.
What is that?
Have you seen them on Twitter? They won't stop. None of them will stop.
The players, you mean?
The players, yeah.
I have
taking after the fan base, to be honest.
I have the Eagles team account muted.
Well, that'll help you a little bit. Yeah.
Dating back to the Pats-Eagles Super Bowl a few years ago. So I think the algorithm, my Twitter algorithm, has like kind of weeded them out. But I did see a couple tweets that CJ Gardner-Johnson put out before he ended up signing with the Lions, and it seemed a little unhappy.
Yeah, he was not happy. Yeah, he wasn't happy. And then he went to the Lions, and people were making fun of him for tweeting about the Lions, saying that they're going to be good. I think that they're going to be a pretty decent team. And I've been saying that for years, so hopefully it's finally true.
But this year,
they've been working up for it, and this is like, it just feels right, you know?
This year, it's not just like a wishful thinking kind of thing. Like the Lions definitely have a shot to potentially win the division, which is crazy. Crazy to say, because yes, we are talking about the Detroit Lions, but like it's
possible.
If Aaron Rodgers is gone, it's anybody's game in the NFC North.
Yeah, so Eagles fans were attacking him for saying that he's excited to go there and the team's going to be good. Of course they did, because they're just rude. Then you had AJ Brown tweeting about it and said,
"Oh, here we go.
People like to switch up so quick." What do you expect him to say? You did the same shit when you left the Titans.
But also,
that's what everybody does.
In that situation, if you're a guy that like they're hanging on to as like a last resort kind of thing, because the reason why they hadn't re-signed him yet is because they were trying to figure out what was going on with Bradbury, and then they re-signed Bradbury, and then they thought that they were going to release Slay, and then it turns out they didn't release Slay, and whatever, they did all of that.
He's tweeting too. He's a big tweeter.
Gardner-Johnson was the odd man out, and it was kind of a shitty situation, and now he's on a new team, and he's excited about it. I don't understand what the problem with that is. It's not like he's out here like saying like, "Oh fuck, I wish I was still in Philly, but those assholes did this to me, and now I'm in this place with this shitty team." Like, if he was doing that, yeah, then I could see everybody kind of just being like, "Dude, what are you doing?" But saying that he's excited to be in a new place on a new team that's trending in the right direction, that's going to be exciting. There's nothing wrong with that. And AJ Brown, like recently, I've been a big fan of his.
What is he doing?
Rubbing me the wrong way recently. Like
he's taken everything too personally, you know? Like the Juju stuff took it too far. Everything after the Super Bowl, he's taken it too far. And then he got mad, wondering why people were mad at him for wearing a Kansas City Royals hat. That was a dumb move.
If he's going to sit here and like talk shit about people like that, like you said, he's still somebody who like praise for the Titans' downfall. And halfway through the season, when the Titans lost a close game, he was out here tweeting all these gifs and stuff. Like, what's the difference?
Right. Same shit. And at least the Lions are competitive. Sorry, Titans, you used to be kind of, but like,
not anymore.
I wish nothing but failure for that team now too. I'm right there with his tweets. But still, like, he needs to chill. The Eagles need to chill. They're not doing themselves any favors because they could quite easily lose the division. So,
man, we do this every year when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, but I am having a lot of fun with the shit that they're doing right now. That Gilmore trade was huge. Adding Brandon Cooks, hopefully he, stays healthy and doesn't have scrambled eggs brain like he has in the past.
But crazy. It might sound crazy for what I'm gonna say, but I think the other two teams are gonna be competitive too. I don't think they're just gonna be teams that you can walk over and say, "Yeah, we're gonna beat them every single time." I know Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones,
but you got Darren Waller now.
He had an okay season. Like, it was fine. You can beat some teams.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy every time.
It's one of those, the Giants are one of those things where they may not be the most talented team on paper, but they have completely bought into what Brian Daboll is doing. And that right there is enough to win enough games to make the playoffs like last year. Like it truly does seem like they love Daboll, and he's, a player's coach, and he's a cool dude. Even, dating back to his time with the Pats, like it's something that I've seen firsthand. People want to play for him. Exactly.
Like Dan Campbell. People want to win for him.
Exactly. And, the Darren Waller thing is pretty big. Maybe wifey comes to New York too. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Trade to the New York Liberty, and now like they would have no reason why they can't, win the WNBA championship and stuff. Like, and then the Commanders, like,
I mean, I don't hate them either.
Don't count them out.
I like them adding Jacoby. He's a good, great veteran guy to have on your team.
You think he's gonna start?
I think he'll play some games at some point.
I think it might be one of those things where they go into it thinking that they're going to start Sam Howell, but it's going to be a true, training camp quarterback competition type thing. Which either way, just watching Jacoby last year, I was very, very, very much impressed in his time with, starting for the Browns and whatever. He got the raw end of the deal, for lack of a better term, just considering the situation. So maybe this is one of those things. And Rivera is another guy. People want to play for him. He's a player's coach, and he's a good one. It's going to be interesting. That both East divisions are going to be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and we haven't even gotten to the draft yet. Like, draft day trades and things like that, we still got a long, long way to go.
Do you think CJ Stroud is going one? To his Super Bowl Carolina Panthers.
Super Bowl Panthers, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I still think it might be Bryce Young. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Stroud. I think the most surprised I would be is if Richardson ends up going number one, because again,
who knows what that's gonna. Yeah.
I watched some games this year and they weren't great. But I'm going to, stand firm on Bryce Young. It's one of those things, again, where it's like an Alabama and Ohio State quarterback going to the NFL. Like, I don't know what to expect because
I haven't seen anything good.
History has shown, like, it hasn't been all that great. Maybe Justin Fields is the one to break the mold. Seems like
I think CJ Stroud has the best chance out of the two. Just from like a actual throwing perspective. Not saying Justin Fields can't throw. I just want to see him throw more.
I just am worried about this situation that he ends up in. If he ends up in Houston,
not looking good.
Not really big.
They are making some moves, but there's still a nightmare. So,
just the whole organization, not it. Yeah, I mean, if he ends up in Carolina, that coaching staff that they've put together is pretty impressive. Frank Reich is a good offensive coach. I would say above average to good.
See, that's what I would say about the rest of the people that they've been signing to. They haven't been like standout guys, but they are decent enough to win you some games.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders, cool. He can be good on what days he wants to be. He'll score 4 touchdowns one day, maybe fumble the next, but it's fine.
The Adam Thielen thing is so interesting to me, though.
He's good. He's good. But he's not
up there. He's old.
But he's not like the main, he shouldn't be the main guy.
No.
Yeah.
No, he absolutely should not be. But that defense too is still
defense is good.
Not terrible. You got Brian Burns still, who I will say I'm surprised didn't get traded because there was a lot of, talk even in the season that he was a trade target. And then who else I got? Is JC Horn? He's on that team. Like it's, there are things that could be improved on, but like as a base, I don't
pretty fine.
Hate it. Don't love it, but I don't hate it. So we'll see. I mean, either one of those quarterbacks ends up in Carolina, I think it'll be fine. I just think it's going to be Bryce Young.
Real quick, ex-Carolina quarterback, Cam Newton. Did you see what he's up to this week?
I did see that. I did.
Is he serious? I think he is.
Man, I think.
But he also is like very talkative and performative and likes to have fun, and he likes social media and he likes the attention. So I don't know if he's serious.
I just don't know if he would put himself out there at that without thinking that it's serious. Like, I know he's like a character and stuff, and like he's got a big personality and he loves the camera and whatever. I just don't think he's doing it just to do it. Like, I think he truly thinks that
he's better than a lot of people. I see that going.
Trey Turner can't stop fucking hitting home runs.
Yeah, so there was a boost, and I just didn't think the odds were that good for all the things that needed to happen. It was for USA to win, Turner home run, and Mike Trout home run. That was like plus 300. If that was like plus like 800, sure, sign me up,
Yeah.
But he's been on one. Like absolutely crushing.
3 home runs in 3 games. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And one of them is a grand
slam.
He's
going to get drug tested tomorrow.
Man. Anyway, back to Cam. I know, like, I watched Cam when he was with the Pats. Some of it was good. Most of it wasn't great. Loved him, though. I just think as a person, as a player, yeah, he's got his faults and he says some things that he probably shouldn't. But, like, he embodied the entire, Patriot way and all that shit. And it was fun. And he was a fun guy to root for. But in the same vein, you could tell physically he had lost it a little bit, especially that shoulder. It's messed up.
But he was awesome, He was.
He was
really awesome.
He's so fun as a player, so fun as a person. And it's kind of sad that he didn't get the full, career. I just don't know if even as a backup, it would work out. Because I look at guys who do have the backup jobs and stuff. And yeah, he's probably better than most of them. But when push comes to shove, they know that their role is to be a backup. I think with Cam, he at this point would be okay with the backup role, but he would fight like hell to get back to being a starter.
Yeah, he's a competitor, and that's just what he will always do.
So, and I don't know if a team wants to do that. Hopefully, I mean, you never know. You truly never know. I mean, Tim Tebow got a shot to play fucking tight end a couple years ago.
That one was too far. That one was way too far. That one was ridiculous. That should not have happened, but we know why it happened.
We'll see.
I I feel bad for saying this, but I'm just not a Tebow guy. I'm just not.
No, me either. Don't feel bad. I
want, you know what I want from Tim Tebow, and this will go against all of his rules and everything he does. I just want a nice little sit down. Everybody from that Florida team, tell me what you saw. Tell me everything you know. I want to know what you saw while you were there. Yeah. What did you cover up? I want to know it.
We'll get a bachelor tell-all. Full in-depth, like 30 for 30 in like 20 years.
I want Urban Meyer on the stage, Pouncey Brothers on the stage. I want that guy in the Aaron Hernandez documentary on the stage.
That team was full.
I want it all. Put them all on stage like a bachelor tell-all.
What year was that? 2008? Florida?
2008, maybe 2007. I don't know. Something around there.
Oh, it's 2008. It's the first thing that comes up when you type in 2008.
Oh, Florida. Wow. Huh. Look at that.
Let's just take a look at what this roster looked like, because I know it was something.
Like, it's just one end. Tim Tebow. Everybody else. Urban Meyer leading the clown show.
Percy Harvin, Joe Hayden.
Yep.
Carlos Dunlap. Let's see. Well, Riley Cooper. Cam was on that team before he got in trouble for stealing laptops. Tim Tebow. Wow.
That was a team.
It truly was a team. Janoris Jenkins. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. It's one of those stories in sports that like it can't go untold. Yeah, I just think it's going to take a little while for, maybe when all these guys are older, but this is Brandon Spikes. What a guy. Pouncey Brothers. And then obviously Hernandez. Yeah, no, we need it. We do. Mm-hmm. Tebow's not innocent. There's no way.
No, he's not. He knows some shit.
He can put on his little Jesus boy act, but
no, he knows.
Buy it.
He knows.
I've never bought it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going through this entire roster right now, and it's something. Cool stuff. What else? Should we talk about other characters and other sports?
I mean, we want to talk about I just hate that the Warriors and the Grizzlies are both getting our time of day in any way. I don't care.
Annoying.
I don't care about either. Sick. Dylan Brooks is an idiot. We already knew that. You hurt the photographer. We already knew that one. Clay, you won. Shut up. It doesn't matter. Clay, you beat my team. You didn't beat their team. You beat mine. So maybe try the Cavs.
Here's my take on Clay, and I feel like it's kind of unpopular, and I'm a little surprised by this. He is low-key a bozo. Like, he's just so corny, so annoying. He plays it like he's like the quiet, yeah.
I just think that's his character.
Dylan Brooks, obviously, we know that. And we know, how Draymond is and stuff.
Yeah, they're all corny.
Clay's the quieter one out of all of that.
No, he's not. He's been talking shit for years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like this year more than ever, I've really noticed, he's kind of fucking annoying.
He's been talking, and guess what happened to him? Richard Jefferson dunked on him on Christmas Day because he wouldn't shut up.
Did you see the dunk from the Portland game? He's going for the ball and stuff, and I genuinely couldn't even tell you who it was that plays for Portland and dunked this ball, but smacked him upside the head on the way up. Good. Maybe he deserved it. But the Warriors are just like.
Okay, who do you find more annoying, the Warriors or the Grizzlies?
I think it's two different kinds of annoying. The Grizzlies are annoying in the fact, they haven't done shit, so what are you doing? Why are you talking? Until you prove that you can run your mouth like this, shut up. The Warriors, on the other hand, you have been the pinnacle of success in the NBA for the last however many years. Act like you've been there. Act like you are the seasoned vets who don't need to stoop down to this level of counting your rings while you're getting blown out and stuff. Like, cool, that all happened. What does that matter right now?
I thought it was, see, when I say it's hilarious, I don't think it's funny. Like, I'm laughing with Clay. I'm just laughing at all of them. I thought it was so funny.
I saw a clip of Draymond from his podcast, probably from like a month or so ago, talking about Dillon Brooks. Like, do these guys not realize that feeding into him and his behavior is just going to make him do it?
Right, that's what he wants.
Like, that's it's like feeding into trolls on the internet. Like, it's exactly what they want. They want to get the rise out of you. And if you do it, especially on that level of a platform, like, Draymond, if you show that this guy's under your skin, you think it's going to stop? You think calling him a loser and all these things is going to get him to stop? You're crazy. It just makes him more powerful. I don't think there's anything that's going to make anybody on the Grizzlies stop doing anything that they're doing, to be honest. So they're all wild in their own way. They really are just really annoying. I feel bad that, Steven Adams is on that team because he seems like a very nice man. And I don't want to lump him into that.
What do you think he has to say about everything that they're doing?
I don't really think
he probably just doesn't. He probably just goes to work and leaves.
That's it.
And they could be really good. I mean, they are really good, but they just can't get out of their own way every single time.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Ja comes back, maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, he was sitting. He was like on the bench sitting.
I didn't know you could do that while you were suspended.
I didn't either. Well, I don't know if he was on the bench during the game, but like pregame, he was just like walking around everywhere. And I just didn't know that was a thing.
I thought it was like the NFL.
Couldn't be there. You had to go sit in your apartment, watch the game, see it when we see it. Yeah. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Well, maybe it's like a positive sign for him. I don't know. We'll find out though once he gets back to game action and back in the universe of being a basketball star. So we'll see.
Yeah, he tweeted today.
What did he say?
Day by day. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
okay.
Turn the replies off.
Probably a good thing.
Off. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, the quote tweets are still there. So
right. I mean, there's sometimes you turn the, like, let's say we say something that's very like anti-men, that would make men. I'll turn the replies off. You know what I mean?
The thing with that though, like, how come when you turn the replies off, you can't turn the quote retweets off?
Yeah, turn those off.
If you don't want anybody chiming in on this, all of that should be turned off.
Right. I wish it could be, but you should just let the replies happen for our own entertainment.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get them back on eventually, so we'll see.
I didn't watch his little sit down though. I should have, but I didn't watch it.
Neither did I.
What would I have gained from that? Yeah, what would I have gained from that? I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't even know that happened, so I don't know. What else? I just don't have the energy to talk about basketball right now. Like, watching the Celtics has been so draining that I don't even want to do it. Don't even want to talk. Oh boy. All right, we got a tie game, everybody. Holy fuck.
That was launched and far. My God.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the guy that hit the walk-off last night.
His bet nickname $15 for Tourney to hit a home run. So hopefully that happens, guys.
This guy's nickname he's the Japanese Babe Ruth. They used to call him Babe Ruth when he was younger, like in the
That's hilarious.
Japanese minors or youth or whatever. He crushed that thing.
I have one comment about everything that's going on with baseball right now.
Okay.
And it's kind of similar to what you just said about Dillon Brooks. You've seen all the drama about everyone saying the World Baseball Classic is fun, like everybody's watching it. Oh my God,
yeah.
So there's some issues with people saying that it's not relevant, and like the guy from the Mets, he got hurt.
Yeah, that sucks.
Everybody's enjoying this, there's more people enjoying it than people that aren't. So we don't have to every day go about our day to make sure we let everybody know that we are enjoying this, because we are.
If you're out here quadrupling down on a bad take about this and the entire internet is telling you you're wrong and you're still fighting back to prove that you're right, log off.
And then the people on top of it, like replying to that, maybe just don't, because you're not going to win.
No.
I mean, you are winning, but you're not. It's not going to change it.
Let's get into this just a little bit, and then we can call it a day. Here's my take on this. Injuries happen at any time, whether you like it or not. It's very unfortunate that Edwin Diaz got hurt at the time he did in the way that he did, but it's not something that is caused by the WBC.
He's there, right?
Just because
could have happened. Could have happened. Where do they have their spring training?
Where the Mets are in Florida.
Could have happened in Florida.
Could have happened in Florida. Gavin Lux tore his ACL in the first spring training game that the Dodgers had. You're going to tell me that, the spring training games aren't important? Like, it's different. Spring training is to ramp you up for the season. It's, all the baseball's version of the preseason and whatever. And these guys have been off for however many months. They need to get back into it and stuff. The World Baseball Classic is a horse of a different color because you're taking something that we all hold very dear to our hearts, and that is representing our culture, representing our nation, stuff like that. Like when Italy plays soccer, I go fucking nuts because I'm Italian. I don't get to do that when I'm just watching MLS. I like watching MLS, but it's very, very different when I watch, the team of the country that my family is from, that I enjoy and represent. I can only imagine what it feels like to play for them. Like these guys, this is their dream, is to play for their country on a huge stage like this, and to sit here and say that it's meaningless and nobody cares about it and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're so stupid. Like, tell me you're an American without telling me you're an American, basically. Like, Japan broke records in terms of the number of people watching. The Puerto Rico Dominican Republic game. Over 60% of TVs from both countries were watching this game. It's been the loudest it's been in a baseball stadium that I've seen in forever. These guys who play Major League Baseball have said that these games are so important to them and they haven't experienced an atmosphere like this. It's fun. Just let things be fun. Let things be fun. Let people enjoy things. If you don't like it, that's fine. But like, shut up. Don't ruin it for everybody else just because you don't like it.
Okay, I have one more. See, this is kind of the same but different that not everybody, but a lot of people are mad about. And I get why they're mad, but people are making way big of a deal than it should be. What are your thoughts on Florida Atlantic trying to dunk at the end of the game? Because I feel like it's blown out of proportion.
I saw a lot of takes about it that I thought were a little crazy. I didn't personally like it because as somebody who has been on the losing side of a basketball game.
Oh, I've been on a losing side of the basketball game, but if I want to win, I should have played better.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But like where I draw the line in the sand on that is FDU gave up. They waved the white flag. They conceded.
Yeah, but what does that 2 points? What do the 2 points do though? You already lost.
No, it's more like the showboating thing. That's like.
But I love showboating.
Yeah.
I love garbage time touchdowns, all of it. See, and then you have like grown ass men. I saw this guy flipping off the TV. I'm like, you're flipping off teenagers basically to get your point across. So that didn't really work out well.
Well, that's nuts. But I do appreciate what the coach said afterwards. He said that he apologized to Fairleigh Dickinson's coach and said, that's something that I need to work on as a coach.
Weak. I think it's so weak.
It's just like a respect thing. I get it.
Yeah, but they don't have to respect them. They don't owe them anything. That's their first time ever going to the Sweet 16. They're just celebrating.
I don't know. If I was playing a game and somebody did that, despite the fact that they were already up like almost 10 points or whatever, and there was 2 seconds left.
Sure, it would like make me mad, but like I already lost.
Dude. Glad you missed, loser.
If he made it, it would have been sick. It's like Zion's dunk at the end of the game.
It's just
love that too.
Kind of lame to me. I can see both sides of it where people are saying it's not that big of a deal, but like, I don't know. I personally think it's just kind of corny. That's all.
And like, let's say it was the other way around. Let's say that like they were up on FAU and they did that. People would have loved it. They would have thought it was sick. Because they were 16 seed. Yeah, it would have blown up. People would have been like, oh my God, yeah, they're going to the Sweet 16. They're 16 seed doing it, and they would have thought the same thing.
There's still, I think, would have been people that said, like, all right, that was kind of unnecessary. Like, cool, congrats.
Well, they did it against Purdue. It would have been on every highlight.
Yeah, but Purdue sucks.
Right, but they would have hyped it up like crazy.
I don't know. I'm not somebody who's like a big fan of like the whole unwritten rules thing, but I do think even despite that, there needs to be some sort of, or it doesn't need to be, but you should have some sort of respect to where like if you're blowing them out with 2 seconds left, like you don't necessarily need.
Yeah, but what if that's like their only time that they can get points in the game? I'm dunking.
Be better. Up your game so you get more playing time.
But you're in, so I'm dunking. Play to the whistle.
I
think it's crazy that these people are so upset.
Yeah, I do think like people
like
freaking out about it is a little crazy. Like the guy, like you said, the guy flipping off the TV. Like,
right, and then they're like tweeting at the players. They're like, "We hope you lose." Like, chill out. They're just trying to play in the Sweet 16.
Relax. I also have a little bit of a temper though, so if like that happened in a game I was playing in, I would definitely be pissed. I'd be like that girl from Texas at the end of their game against Louisville in the handshake line.
Better.
Okay, that's another thing though. She like,
you know what she said?
I think what she said was like, call me a bitch.
She
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Said honorable mention.
Changing my take completely then, because what I saw, it looked like she said, "Call me a bitch again, I'll beat your ass." And if that's the case, if the blondie with the braids from Louisville called her a bitch, I could see her saying that. Also, she didn't really play a whole lot, so like run your mouth anyway. Whatever. But if she did say honorable mention.
Yeah, she was saying honorable mention.
Then check the stat sheet, sister. What did you do? What did she do? Shut up.
Right, the game, like it's over. Move on. We're moving on to the next. Everybody's moving on. You're going home.
But also,
they're gonna keep going.
If that's something that you want to say, you want to chirp like that, do it on the court. Do it on the court while you're getting your 10 minutes in the game while she's putting up 25 whatever points. Like if you want to, call her that, play better, get more playing time, do it on the court. Prove it on the court. Don't do it in the handshake line. That's soft.
Yeah, it was funny though.
It was. Shout out to the rest of the Louisville team too. They were ready.
They had her back.
They were ready to throw down. Gotta love that. Gotta love when the women's basketball tournament gets a little chippy. In last night UConn Baylor game, there was some body blows being taken. It was fun.
We have UConn Ohio State coming up.
Yes, that should be very, very fun. Ohio State.
They're good, but they're not good.
Pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose their first one.
Close game against Carolina. Looked like they were going to get blown out in their first game.
Mm-hmm. James Madison, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't know, though. UConn, for a little bit last night against Baylor, looked like they couldn't handle them. They couldn't handle the physicality. Baylor also couldn't miss from 3 last night. It was ridiculous. But it should be a very good game. Those are 2 very good programs. And then on the men's side, UConn Arkansas is going to be nuts because Arkansas is a team of just like fully grown men.
I made a TikTok saying, just the graphic that said, does Arkansas have the best athletic program in the nation right now? Listed all the things. You would have thought that I made fun of someone's mother.
I saw that it had a lot of comments, but I didn't go through and read them.
The comments are so mean. They're like, why would you ever say that about Arkansas when Tennessee exists and Texas exists and Alabama exists? And have you ever seen Alabama play football before? No, I've never watched Alabama play football before ever in my life, right? Like, why would I ever?
Also not like you came up with that. That was given to you and said, hey, Gabb, go make a video.
It was... Right. It was scary. It was scary. SEC fans, people in the South, like I'm just terrified of the South in general. It's just not a place for me. And their fans fan a little too hard.
SEC Big 12, fans are nuts.
Did you see Nick Saban's comment?
I did.
Interesting. Nick Saban throwing a little shade at the basketball program.
Which completely deserved. And I'm glad somebody 100%. Did it.
Now, what does that do for their fan base? Conflict. It's a conflict of interest because Nick Saban is like a church for them. He's the pastor of the whole entire Alabama fan base. So what does that do for them? And this might be a big if, but if these fans were smart, they would look at it and say Saban's 100% right. They should.
But they're Alabama fans we're talking about.
So I don't know what's going to happen with them.
I understand, when it comes to being a fan and of teams that sometimes, logic and your brain goes out the window. But
I could name a few.
When it goes with, serious situations like this, and if you don't know what we're talking about, there was he's a freshman Alabama football player who was in a police chase, and he was going like 140 miles an hour. Like, could have killed somebody. Surprised he even made it out alive. Mm-hmm. And Saban said nobody is in the right or the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, everything is a calculated decision. Like, you make your decisions, you follow through with it. It's not just like by happenstance. And it was a direct, mm-hmm. This, no pun intended, but a direct shot at the
Alabama
basketball team.
And he made sure that he was heard for that one.
Good. I give him a lot of credit for that. The Alabama's basketball coach, like, if there was a how-to on not to handle situations like this in a position of power, like,
number
case
one
in point.
Mm-hmm.
It's this guy.
Right.
So that's that. I think that's all I got for the week, though.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming up this weekend. A lot of games. USA, games. I don't know, guys. It's not looking good for the guys out here. Seen better outings.
1-1, bases loaded.
Mm-hmm. One out. So maybe we can get out of this. Quick little double play would be nice.
Shit, next time we're back, baseball will be back.
What day? What day's opening day?
The 30th, I think. Next Friday. The 31st. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll do
Sounds
it.
Right.
Okay, guys. Well, I think that's
next week, though. We're out next week. We are getting kicked off, and we are getting replaced by Pitching Ninja, and I keep wanting to call him Justin Verlander. Ben Verlander. Justin's brother.
He's at the game right now, so hopefully he'll have a lot to talk about.
And they are doing a pre-baseball season live stream. So if you are a baseball fan, I would recommend checking that out. They both are very good content people. Pitching Ninja, some of his stuff is like one of my favorite pieces of content when he breaks down with those videos. So it should be very exciting. We hope you all watch. And we might be off the next week too. We're not really sure yet. Mm-hmm. But we'll be back eventually. We'll keep you all updated on our schedule and what we're doing. So
until then, we will see you guys later.